Okay, hello and welcome to day 10. So we're a third of the way through our 30-day challenge, and today we meditate for 14 minutes. So some of the feedback I've been having, as those that are joining us live now know, um, some things are starting to happen now. People are noticing that something might be happening, and obviously it's maybe a little too early to be able to attribute that to the meditation. But possibly something is now noticeable for some people. And if that's not the case for you, that's okay. Um, I want to encourage you, just stay with the process, stay with the process. It's inevitable. I wrote about this yesterday in the email. It's inevitable. If you stay with the process, at some point, you'll undoubtedly experience something. So I thought, in light of this, I would share then about expectations with meditation. If you speak to any long-term meditator and a teacher of meditation, they will tell you invariably, um, you want to, as best you can, even though we like nice things to happen to us and we like those signs along the way, they are actually impediments to our progress. Yes, we want them to happen, particularly at the beginning when we're just starting a meditation practice, because we want to know that the time we're investing is worthwhile. So we want something to happen that's tangible and okay. And just because we're human, we like pleasurable things, we like things that are nice. And absolutely, that's the longer term overall experience, that your mind becomes quieter, your sense of peace in your world, that Maharishi effect I was sharing. You just feel relationships smooth out. Just problems or challenges you might have had, they just tend to work themselves out, and you kind of, it's almost, magical is not the right word, but it's almost, how did that problem just take care of itself? Um, and then the more you practice, you'll see, you just learn to trust that things take care of themselves, really. But the desire for that nice thing to happen again can be an impediment to your progress, because if it doesn't happen and something else was happening and we didn't have our attention on that other thing that was happening, some other part of the tension within us is unwinding, but we're not looking there, we're looking for this nice experience to happen again, then we miss what was really happening, and we're a bit disappointed because the experience we wanted, didn't happen. So our overall sense is, now I'm disappointed with meditation, for example. So I want to encourage you to the best, the best of your ability, the best you can, just let it be okay. Whatever your experience is, that's what it is, and stay with the process for the 30 days, and then make your evaluation there, and see what it's like at 30 days. And then if you never want to do this again, you don't have to, of course. Yeah, I hope I've made that clear. So let us meditate today, day 10, 14 minutes. So we can roll the body a little. We can move the neck a little. We can make sure we're comfortable in our seated position or our lying down position. We can settle. We can start to take some deeper breaths. Where the tummy and the rib cage are moving. And then we can start our body scan, where we notice the feet and the toes. We're scanning from the floor up, from our feet up. Into our ankles, into our shins and calves. If you want to scan at your own pace, of course, that's fine. Into our knees, into our thighs, into our buttocks, into our, if you're sitting, your sit bones, the bony protrusions at the base of the pelvis. Into the hips, into the pelvic floor. Into the whole of the lower abdomen. So from the belly button, including the belly button region, down to the pelvic floor and the back and the sides of the body as we do this. And then from the belly button up to the base of the diaphragm, base of the rib cage, the diaphragm. In the front, the rear and the sides of the torso. And then the diaphragm itself, if you haven't gazed into at the diaphragm. And then the whole of the rib cage, lower, upper, the sides, in the back. You can include the tops of the shoulders, the armpits, maybe the shoulder joints as well. And then the length of both arms into the hands and fingers. On the neck and the throat. The head. The face. Top of the scalp. And then wave on down through the body with your awareness. And then bring in that silent internal repetition. Repeating over and over your phrase, your word, your mantra. with or without the breath, connected to the breath or not, it's okay either way. And then we begin officially our 14 minutes now. Okay, 14 minutes. So just let the body and mind be as it is, the emotions be as they are. Begin to observe through the body, through the mind, through the emotions, noticing what you notice, not trying to change it, just simply observing it, witnessing it. And sitting for as long as it takes, as long as you like to. Ideally for until you could sit indefinitely, that you feel comfortable to sit indefinitely. And if there's something that you become aware of that's agitating you, that's wanting to pull you away or push you out of this moment, then that's the very thing to be with, to sit with. When you've sat for as long as you would like to or need to, you have the option to visualize, imagine your experience, the thing you'd like to have happen. Remember engaging as many of the senses as you can. And keep practicing that. If it's for you, keep practicing it until you can get to the point where you have faith, just even a little bit, where you just feel like, oh yeah, that is as good as here. That's a done deal. I know that's going to happen. If you get to that point, then you just let it go entirely. You never have to touch it again. Then you've truly planted your seed. You've watered it. You've fertilized it. You've nurtured it. Again, you can work with that for as long as you like. When you're ready to come back, deeper breathing. Gently moving the body. When the eyes are ready to open, we gently allow that to happen. So congratulations, 1/3 of the way there. And if things are already starting to happen, fantastic. It only gets deeper and better from here. And if they aren't yet happening, or you don't notice them happening, think of that idea of expectation. What we want to happen can sometimes get in the way of us seeing what's really happening. Well done. I'll see you tomorrow.